Okay, let's try and do this. Should be live now. Okay, so welcome to day 7 of Advent of Code. This is I noticed that I wonder if this is the right way. Okay, I noticed that I've used my different account here, so I can't ping it. So let me just go to YouTube and switch to the account that I stream to. That should make things easier. Pop out the chat again, and now, yes, now I can actually post links and pin them. Okay, so yeah, this is day 7, Advent of Code. I pinned the link in the chat. Yesterday was a fun one. It was very quick. But as you might be able to see here, and let me bump up the resolution. I got inspired after the challenge to make it more efficient. Especially talking to some people on Gathering of Tweakers, a Dutch tech forum. I've rewrote this again and again and again and again and again to finally end up in a place where the code is like 1,000 times faster. Hey Luke, welcome. I can physically wave to Luke because he's here at my office right now. So yeah. And he's also in chat. So yeah, let's do day 7. Let's set up the class. Day 7. By the way, if you don't know how this works with the base classes, I dropped a video yesterday that explains this, and it also links to the code so you can just copy paste it. Basically, this will make sure that the input is available here and you don't need to download it manually. And it adheres to all the rules for Advent of Code for automated input, downloading, etc. So yeah, let's read today's question and get started. Day 7, no space left on device. You can hear birds chirping and raindrops hitting leaves as the expedition proceeds. Occasionally you can even hear much louder sounds in the distance. How big do the animals get out here anyway? The device the elves gave you has problems with more than just its communication system. You try to run a system update. System update -- pretty please, and then pretty please with sugar on top. Error, no space left on device. Perhaps you can delete some files to make space for the update. You browse around the file system to assess the situation and save the resulting terminal output, your puzzle input, for example. And then you get a lot of... Okay. Okay. So you probably have to build like a new tree based on the commands. So you go to... great. We got spam. Let's ban this user. Hide on this channel. And let's also give them a timeout. Okay, and let's make Luke a moderator. Yeah, there was some spam in chat, so sorry for that. I guess I'm doing well if I'm getting spam bots. Okay, so back to the problem. This looks like you need to build up the directories, because basically you start at the root of the drive, you list. Then you list the contents of the A folder and the D folder, so you probably have to reconstruct the file system here. At least that's what it looks like. Let's see, the file system consists of a tree of files, plain data, and directories which can contain other directories or files. The outermost directory is called /. You can navigate around the file system, moving into or out of any directories and listing the contents of the directories you're currently in. Within the terminal output, lines that begin with $$ are commands you execute, very much like some modern computers. CD means change directory. Yes. / to the outermost. Yes. ls means list. This prints out all the files and directories immediately contained in the current directory. Yes, these are file sizes. Der means that it's okay. Given the command and output example above, you can determine that the file system looks visually like this. Okay. Here there are 4 directories. A, D, which are there, yes. Since the disk is full, your first step should be to find directories that are good candidates for deletion. To do this, you need to determine the total size of each directory. The total size of a directory is the sum of the files of the sum of the sizes of the files it contains, directly or indirectly, so parents, etc. Directories themselves do not count as having any intrinsic size. Okay. The total size of the directories above can be as followed. The total size is 500 and if directory E is a 584 because it contains a single file, A because it contains the files F, G and LST plus the file I indirectly. A contains E which contains I. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. So it's still recursive, right? So it adds all these three. Okay. Directory D has a total file size of that. As the outmost directory / contains every file, its total size is that. The sum of the size of every file. Okay. To begin, find all of the directories with a total size of at most this size, then calculate the sum of their total sizes. In the example above, these directories are A and E, the sum of their okay. Okay. That is fine. So now we have to first build something that builds this. At least it's parse-wise, it's a challenge. It's I think the most challenging yet. Okay, and I assume that we start at cd / also in the input. Otherwise, we have no context, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we probably write a recursive function that says, let's see, lines is input two lines, dictionary. Let's make an object here, public class directory. Public directory parent. And now we can do public list string name int size. It's actually uint. Files get set. And we also have a list of, we can do a dictionary here. String directory, subdirectories. And this is a dictionary. Okay. So, something like this. Public string name. We could probably also have a public string full path get set. Something like that. So we can do name is name, parent is parent, full path is, and then we do we probably do it like this, right? Let's see if there's a parent. Something like this. This should probably be the full path now, and this needs to be within braces. That looks a lot like my approach. Yeah, I think it's pretty straightforward. And we need to create a new file. This new blah. Let's see. Directory parent is null. Line in lines. Bum, 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 bum. Let me think. So we start with we need to have a switching mode. Let me see. Const cmd prefix is $sign. String dir token dir. And otherwise it's a file. Let me see. Let's see. So they use ls to list the current, and with dir they go inside of that. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. We need current dir actually. We skip the first line because we assume if lines 0 we expect it to be this. Actually it can just change the root back, right? Let me see. So I should probably also keep track of it here. So like a dictionary, string, comma, directory. Path lookup. Why do I say it's a dictionary? Right, and we should probably make sure that we add one first. So we do path lookup.add slash comma new directory, parent is null, name is slash. It's actually yeah like this. Let's see, full path. So only for the first one we skip that. Bum, 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 bum. So we do above root is this, and we can do root of full path, root, something like this. Okay. So we don't skip. And then we say switch, no, if line 0 is cd prefix. Let me see, because there's just that one. So there's either commands or listings. So if it's not a command, it's always a listing right now. Okay. Let's make this a char. Because we just check the first one, that's correct. If it's a command, process command, switch. We should probably split it actually. Let's see, string command parts is line.substring 2.split like this. Let's declare this outside. And now we do a switch. Command parts 0. So this can either be a CD, an LS, yeah, a CD or an LS, okay? And basically we can tell by the length, but yeah, that's okay. Const string change the command cd, const string list command ls. Okay, so we do case that, and it probably should write it in the new switch type, but I can never remember the syntax, so I'll just know what's in my head and I'll maybe rewrite it later. So let's see if, because this is the argument is then the second part. If argument 0 is, we probably also do a char for that. Root absolute path. Okay. This, so if we a command starts with this, change here to related to root. Else so the current, let's see, change the routers. Okay, so now I wonder if there's any commands that are like cd / and then a name. So what we can do is if path lookup try get value argument out for target, and we can say current there is target, else throw new application exception. We don't have directory yet. But that doesn't really matter because we should create it actually. Because then we should make it a relative path. Make a new one. But then we have to find the parent, so we should probably... this is more challenging than I thought. I'm probably making it too hard. Let's see, I'll just system that let's just set a breakpoint here to find out if we need to implement this. Because basically what I have to do is treat it as a real path and then try finding upwards to see if we have that path, and from there start creating new subpaths. So yeah, that's a bit of work that takes some time, so I won't do that if I don't have to. Okay. So if it's not, then we create a new dir. So we do var subdir is new directory. Parent is current dir. Name is actually argument. And we should probably say current dir. It's actually this. Oh. And then we should do path lookup dot add current dir dot full path current dir. Okay. Then we do case list command. Break. And then we keep doing this. Adding until we find that. Tool is listing false. So we do is listing is true. And basically after this we reset it. So what we can do is if is listing we still need to check this actually. So we do else if is listing, add to current dir, else unknown state. Throw new application exception, unknown state. I think it should be something like this. We also need to add a default here. Default break. Since we throw, we don't need a break actually. Throw new not supported exception or not implemented exception, but for now. Let's also do that here. Command. We do command this. Meter command. And we do we don't support command yet. Okay. Now we do current dir dot if line starts with dir token, current dir dot subdirectory so add var subdir is new directory current dir. We always need to split this because it's always two parts. Hey Smap UK, welcome. So we do, let's see, list parts. We'll do that here as well. So we do list parts is line.split also on space. Now we can see if 0 equals to dir token, then it's a directory, and that will be list parts 1, and then we can do path lookup dot add subdir dot full path subdir. Okay. I made it to a lot. Hey, Sunco Software, welcome. Good to see you, mate. It's been a year. Nice. Glad you could catch it. Asking for it on this. Ah, okay. Nice. You've changed your name over the time. I'm glad I was able to help you with that video. Let's see. So yeah, I'm building the parser basically for today. So you get commands, and I'm trying to rebuild a directory structure from that. So I'm just doing the listing part here, and I'm doing the directory. And I also think that if it's a relative path, I probably, since I already create them here, I should probably be able to do a lookup for that as well. So there is. Let's do it like this, just in case. And then we can do if not path lookup target value subdir dot full path out var existing subdir. Else, and we do it like this. So if it doesn't exist, we do that, and then we do current is. Oh, we can do it like this. That should be fine. So in most cases this should exist, but I don't know what kind of flows they have, so this should work for all the flows. So if it's a directory, we add a new subdirectory, which is fine. Else, we treat it as a else if int.tryparse list parts 0 out int file size. And then we can do current dir.files.add, and then we do list parts 1 file size. Okay, I'll make it a uint because file sizes can't be negative at this time. And I probably need to do this actually a ulong, because knowing advent of code, I should probably account for bigger files. So yeah, that works like that. Boom. Else throw new application exception. Unable to process not a dir, not does not have a file size. Line. So this should always be two parts. If length just two parts. Line list parts length. Okay, so that should be all the validation. So if I mess something up, that should be it. So yeah, let's set a breakpoint here at the end and see what it builds up. Let's make it day 7 and see what it does. I'm curious to see myself. Oh, it worked. in one go. That's usually, wow, let's see. After coding that long, if it works in one go, that's kind of scary, but it has ... and I didn't interpret that correctly. Yeah, that's a good thing that I look at the output first. So let's do that. So we do dir up command. Let's see. Else if argument is, and then we do current dir is current dir parent. So that should be it. Let's see what happens now. That looks good. Nice. Do we have files? Yes. Okay, so that all looks good. So let me see. Now we need to calculate the size of each dir. So we do public int get size. Files dot sum size plus subdirectories dot sum get size. Why doesn't that? That value that get size. Right, so this recursively calculates the size. Let's see, calls ambiguous. Why? Decimal info. Okay, so I convert this to decimal, which is weird. Is that because it's a uint and not a ulong? I should probably just make this longs and not confuse everything. And this needs to be a long as well. Long. Let me just do it like this, right? The unsigned data types usually are a bit of a pain. So now we should recursively list all of the directories that have a total target size of that. So let's put that here. Const int max size is this. And now we need to do a recursive call to the tree and find all of them. Actually, we don't, because I have a list of all of them here with my paths thing. So I was actually smart to have this lookup here, so I can actually do that. Okay, so now we can do for each var dir in path lookup dot values. If dir dot get size smaller or equal to max size, we probably should do this. Long size is this. Let's do it like this. If the dir size is smaller, then we do total size is 0. Total size plus equals dir size console.writeline. And let's also keep track of how many. Int match and diff count is 0. Let's do it like this. Okay. We matched directories with a max size, total combined size, and this will be total size, match div count. Okay, I probably want to run this against a test input just to be sure. Value cannot be null. Subdirectory. Ah, okay, subdirectories. I didn't. Ah, let me see. Oh, do they ever get added? Haha, I need to do that too. Let me see. Let me see. I didn't add that here, so I need to do current dir.subdirectories.add subdir. Oh, that was break. Add subdir name subdir. Something that I should do here as well. Yes. Okay. What did it spit out? Let's see. 34 total size. Is that okay? I just want to test it against a test input because I'm not 100% sure. You know what? I'll just submit it. It takes time to rewrite anyway, so let me just submit this. Woo! Gold star. Nice. That was a lot of parsing, but yeah, it's nice. Let's see what part 2 holds. Part 2. Now you're ready to choose a directory to delete. The total disk space available on the file system is... Okay, you need an unused space of at least that. You need to find a directory you can delete. Let me just put those values in a notepad first before I'll forget them. Because I need to add them. Hey, I got a gold star from Snap UK as well. And Luke is cheering. Let's see. You need to find a directory you can delete that will free up enough space to run the update. In the example above, the total size of the automotive directive, blah blah blah. The unused space is, must currently be that, okay, which isn't quite that. So we need to find the total space, which we can do, which is fine. Therefore, the update still requires a directory with a total size of at least blah to be deleted before it can run. Delete, okay. So this is listed from small to big. A and E are both too small, deleting them would not free up enough space. However, directories D and / are both big enough. Between them, choose the smallest. Okay, so basically I need to sum the root, then find out how much size is needed to, yeah, okay. Find the smallest directory that, if deleted, would free up enough space. Okay. What's the total size of that directory? Okay. So now I can brute force and submit all the file sizes? No. That's okay. For part 2, I'm just going to add part 2 here and not actually call the part 2. Let's see. We should probably build this into a dictionary. So we can do path lookup dot to dictionary x dot key x dot value that gets size. Alright, so this is a list of all the paths and the sizes. And this will just be size lookup this, and we do div put full path, Come on. And now it should still work. So that is part 1. Let's run it again and see if we get the same answer. I think that's it, yes. Okay, so that works. Now we have all the sizes cached in this one. So now we say const long file system total size is this, const long required free space is this. Then we do long used is size lookup for the root. Long required is file system total size minus used. So this is current free. Required is required free space minus current free. So let's just do this here and do console.writeLine and write all this stuff out just to see if it makes sense. Free space, required free space, so file system required free space, used, we do used and 0, Actually, we can do this in multi-line thing and make it even better. So let's do file system and just realign it out later. Used current free. And then we have required this. Okay, so now it would be nice if we can align all of this. And we should probably also align these values. So that's annoying. Because what we want to do is actually string format that again. So what you want to do is, I should write a function for that probably, but yeah. So you do this dot pad left file system total size dot toString dot length, and we can do that like this here. So we do int biggest number length is this. And we've padded out the spaces like this. So if we do it like this, it should be a nicely aligned thing. So let's do that. And then, yes, like this. I think this should be it, right? We don't need a comma after. Okay, so let's run this, and this should give us a nicely printed summary of what we are looking for. Okay, so that's required, this is used, that is free, that all adds up. This required is wrong because I dumped the wrong variable. Let's see, which is just this. So we need 7. Why didn't it pad left biggest number? Ah, because we need to pad it out. I need to do it the same way here. Um, So if you do it like this, it should be, yeah, okay. So now it's all nicely aligned. So we need to find the first directory that's bigger than this. So what we can do is size lookup, and then we do for each var, no, it's actually this size lookup values, where x is larger or equal to required, order by itself first. So yeah, like this. So do long size of dir to delete is this. So that right line size of dir you need to delete, and that is the size of dir. And then let me format it here so that I can just copy paste. Yeah, that's bigger, so that should work, and that should be the correct answer. Woohoo! We did it. Yeah, this was pretty fun. It's basically reconstructing a file system, and then yeah, if once you do that, all the other stuff that they can ask you is pretty straightforward. But yeah, that was fun. I don't even cache this here. Okay. I put my solution in the show off your stuff channel. Okay, let me look at it. That's smart to use the optional formatting. So basically, if you declare numbers in C#, you can add underscores to make stuff readable like this. So that's a good point. I should have done that too, probably. Let's see. Yeah, that's basically the same. Parse and create. Let's see. Terminal output. What does this part do? Let's see. Because he checked if it starts with CD. It just skips the first 5 checks. Never mind. I'm blind. I was like, no, because this is just the line. Let's see if there's that. Yeah, it's basically the same idea, right? Add directory. It starts with there. Yeah. Yeah, I think looking at this that most people basically did the same, because I think it's the only way to really do this. I'm curious to see like Jonathan Paulson, etc., who do this in Python. It's always nice to see how they do it, because they usually find a way to not really stick to the challenge, the straightforward way, and find a more efficient way to still parse it all. So yeah, that was it for today. I have somebody in the office, I have a lot of work to do, so I'm going to end it here. But this was a fun one, and not too bad. Another 50-minute stream. It's not fast, but yeah, it's mostly due to all the parsing that you need to do and building the file system. This was fun to do, not too challenging, and not too time consuming. So yeah,